Hello friends, a very warm welcome to Coding Techniques again. So today we are going to design a wallet application, or you can even say it a financial application. So we are going to build a whole design. You can see, you've already seen in the thumbnail. So without wasting any more time, let's quickly dive into building this design. So let's get started. So at first what we are going to do, we are going to create a new project. And as you can see out here, I have already created a new project. And for creating a new project, well, let me show you up. This is the command that I have used, all right? And after that, once that is done, I've entered to that particular location, and then I have used this command to open my Visual Studio Code. And after that is done, out here I'm running Ionic serve command, and as you can see, the app is up and running. Now we need to work with the design of the home page and to get the output that you have already seen in the thumbnail. So let's do that up right now. And for that, what am I going to do? In my Ion header, well, let this transcend. Time being, I don't need that because that is mostly available for the iOS. Even if you want, you can have that up. And in fact, what I'll do, clear up everything within my Ion content. Let me clear this up, and full screen I'll set it to false. Then in the Ion header, well, I won't be working with the Ion toolbar this time. In fact, we are going to work with the Ion item, where lines will be none, and within that I'm going to have an Ion menu button, to which I'll give the slot to be start and the color to be light, which is available by default in our variable.scss within the theme folder. And after that is done, we will have an Ion avatar, to which I'll pass slot to be end, alright? And within this, we'll have an image. So this will be the image that I'm going to use, where the src will be. Even if you don't give this slash also, it's going to work. But I have a tendency of giving that up. I like that. That is why I'm giving it. Now out here, what am I going to pass? Well, I have few icons and just in my assets folder. Let me show you up quickly. So I have all of this, and if you want to see, these are all the icons and images that I have got. So this is what we are going to use, and also these are my icons which I've got from flaticons.com, if you can see out here. All right, so these are free icons, but it needs attribution. As you can see out here, attribution is required, and the process is shown. If you click on it, it will show you the process how to attribute all these icons. So I have got all these icons from here, so you can use it for free, like I said, but you have to pass the attribution, otherwise you will get some copyright issues or do that up. Now coming back to our app, let's use that up. So I'll pass out here assets slash, well, the folder name is icons, so we need to pass icons out there, and 4.png, assets slash icons slash 4.png. That's what I'm going to pass. Now let's check it out how it looks like. Alright, this is coming up. Now we need to design it a bit more. What am I going to do? I need my Ion header to be transparent, and for that, what am I going to do? My home page as CSS, let me clear all of it, which is by default actually. So we'll work with the Ion header at first, and we'll pass the background to be transparent. Now we are going to work with the Ion item. So let's do that up. So Ion item, and within that I'll pass dash dash background, which is the CSS custom property available for Ion item, which was not available for Ion header. So we can directly pass background to transparent directly. We don't need to use this dash dash. And this dash dash only differs to identify whether this is an CSS custom properties of Ionic framework, or is it a normal CSS property. Alright, so background again transparent. Now we have both the things transparent, otherwise this will show up the white color by default. And to my Ion avatar, well, we'll work on that later on. Alright, I think this is done. Now we need to work with my Ion menu button is not showing up because the color I have light color, and that will only show up when I will work with the Ion content and pass a background to that. So let's do that up. Now on my Ion content, actually I'll be needing full screen to true. So let me do that up quickly. And the background color will be actually light color. Alright. Now within my Ion content, well, I'm going to use a div, where I'll pass class main header, or you can give any name out here. Let's work on that because the design that we want to give will give in that particular class. So out here in Ion content, I'll work with the main header, and we'll simply pass few CSS properties. So I pasted out here to save a bit of time. And what I have done out here, I've given a height of 45 VH one, alright. Then a width of 150%, so that it will take more width and we can see this particular curve. Otherwise, if we give border radius also, still that curve will not come up. All right, and we have given the background as linear gradient, where I'm using the tertiary color and the primary color, as you can see out here. All right, but we need to change the tertiary and primary color also, which we will do it just in some time. But before that, let me show you other stuffs also. So I've given a box shadow, and also I've given a border radius of 0 0 at the top side, 0 0, and 50 this side, 50 this side. That's what I've done. Then I've given a margin left so that it can move towards the left side. If I don't give this up, see the change right now. Well, as you can see the change, if I don't give this margin left, well, it's not going towards the left side. That is why I've given this margin left, and now we are able to see this one also. Earlier it was not visible because of some caching. Now it is properly visible, and that is happening because of this margin top. If I just don't give it, it will not go towards the top. You can see out here, right? Well, that was the case. So I need to push it towards the top so that I can see the proper design. And you can play around with the margin left. Well, out here, I think the curve is fine. If you just want to reduce a bit, it differs from phone to phone. So I think let's go for 14 inch. Maybe it's good. All right, I think I'm happy with that. And in fact, we need to remove the border also from our ion header. So I'll pass a class out here, ion no border. Alright, now the border is removed, but I need to play around with this particular ion avatar. So let's do that up out here, most probably in the ion item. So ion avatar, I'll pass a border to it, or let me pass a background color. I think that will be better. So background, let's say white color. Let's check it out. Well, I think now it is fine. We have the white color background, lovely, and then the image is showing up. But still we don't have this particular ion menu button. Why is that so? Well, I think there is no menu, so this one will not work, I think. And let me remove it up, and instead of that I'll have an ion button. Fill will be clear, and within this we will have our ion icon. Actually, we'll use that up. Well, whose name I'm going to pass. It's a menu, that will be better. Alright, it is showing up. Now we need to play around with that. So I'll pass out here slot to be icon only so that the icon will get bigger. And alright, it is showing up, and I'll make it slot on the start. And we need to pass the color also. So I'll pass color to be light color. Now it is properly visible. So we are good to go with that. Let's go to our theme variables, and out here we need to change all of it. So what am I going to do? So I'll change the primary, secondary, and tertiary color, and I'll simply replace it. You can copy it from the source code which I have already shared. So I'll just paste it out here, and this will be my tertiary color. You can create, I've already shown you in the earlier videos how to create a new color, so you can do that up. This will be our secondary color, the reddish one, and our primary color will be the bluish one. Alright, so now you can see the color. Well, it is looking really lovely, same as the one which you can see on the thumbnail, right? Now once we are done with that, we need to play around with the other stuff. Let's do that up quickly, and for that I'll go to the home page again. Now in the home page, what am I going to do? Well, after this div, we need to work around with a lot of stuff. So let's do that. At first I'm going to have an ion grid. Now within the ion grid, I'll work with the ion row, and then an ion column will be there, whose size, let me give to be 6, I think will be good. Alright, now within this we need to pass out here few stuff. What will be those? You will come to know right now. Now I'll have an ion label within that. Within this ion label, I'm going to use an ion note whose color will be the lighter one. So let me pass color to be light, and within this I'm going to pass card balance. Let's check it out. I think it must appear somewhere out here. That is why we are unable to see. If I change the color to dark, you will be able to see that. As you can see, it is showing out here, but we need to pass it out here. What we can do to do that up, let me show you. So in my ion contain, well, I'm going to work with the ion grid now, in which I'm going to simply pass few CSS properties, which is this one. You can simply copy from my source code, or you can have it from here also by looking at it. So I've given the width to be 100%. Well, this is important, otherwise it is going to shrink or expand at some point of time. So it's better to give 100% width. Then I've given position to be absolute. Then from the top, I don't want any spacing, so 0 at the top. Left side, from my left, it is 0. So that is why it is appearing out here. And then I have transformed in Y direction to 10 VH. Otherwise it's going to, let me show you, it's going to show up top side. As you can see, And I've given a padding bottom also because the content that we will be having at the bottom of it, we need some padding of the iron. So you can do it later on also, but alright, let's keep it in this similar manner. Then we are going to work with the iron row. So iron row, within that I'll work with the iron column. Then in the column we will have the iron label, and within the iron label we will work with the iron note, where I'm going to pass font size to be 0.7 rem. As you can see, it is showing up. Now I'll change the color to the light one, then it's going to look brighter instead of the dark light color. Now after that, what we are going to do, after this is done, color is and everything is done, I'm going to work with a P tag after the iron note. Now in this P tag we are going to work iron chip. So if you do not know about it, let me show you up. So I'm already into the Ionic framework documentation and I'll search for iron chip. Let's go out here, and if I just scroll down, okay fine, the image is not showing up for that, but this is how the implementation actually works. In a second what happens, it will give you the rounded shape button kind of stuff, and it's pretty good actually. So we are going to work with that right now. You will see it when we implement it right now. Okay, as the image is not given out there, so I cannot show you out there. So let's implement it out here directly. So iron chip, to which I'll pass the color to be, I think light color will be fine. And then within that, I will have an iron label. And within this iron label, we are going to pass the text what we actually have out here. So we need the balance actually, and I will pass it in rupee. So alright, so I pasted it. Any value you can pass it out here as the current balance. If you don't want this comma, simply remove it up particular manner. You just remove it up and then you will get the proper amount you want. So what is the amount that I've given? Increase a bit, 2 zeros out here, that's gonna be good. Alright, well the amount doesn't look too good actually, so let me have it out here at the end. In fact, this one also. Alright, we'll work around with that, no need to worry about it. Now after that is done, you can even pass some icon into that. Alright, so if you want to pass some icon, well you can have an icon out here, an icon, and then you need to simply pass the name out here. The name you can pass, say like add or something, just for the sake of showing, I'm showing it up. And you can pass the color to be, let's say any color you want, say success color. Let's check it out how it looks like. Alright, you can see it is coming up. And this is what is iron chip actually. You can have a label, you can have an icon in left or right side, wherever you want. And then this is the background that is coming up, which is little round shape. And this is looking pretty lovely. And the color gradient is lighter one. So that's how it looks pretty good actually, according to me. Now I don't need the icon, so I'll simply remove it up and I'll keep the amount in the same manner as of now. Or in fact, let's do some styling out here. Now what kind of styling am I going to give? After this iron note, I'm going to work with the iron chip. Within the iron label, we will work out here with the font size to be 1.4 rem because I want it bigger, and font weight to be bold. Alright, even if I think if we give iron label to be larger, it's going to work. Let me check this out. I'll just stop this, and out here if I give size to be large, let's see what happens. Okay, it is not that large, so I'll leave that and have out what we have done. And lastly, I'll have some letter spacing so that we can see each and every digit pretty clearly. Alright, okay, it is coming up nicely, but I'm not happy with the font color, font design, so I'll change the font design to Lato. And for that, I think let's do it on our iron content only. So for that, to apply it everywhere, I'll use star mark, and within this I'm going to use the font family to be Lato, L-A-T-O. Let's check it out. I think now the design is great, isn't it? So I'm happy with that, and let's do some other stuff right now. And out here, well, let me pass iron text wrap because if the numbers are pretty big, and I think it might give problem, so it's better to pass iron text wrap out here. Alright, this is done, and it's better if you don't give any space out here, because say like if you give more spacing, I think the design is gonna break. Right now it is not showing, but let me just pass some comma out here. You will see it right now, probably. Yes, now you can see it is breaking, right? So that is happening because we are passing this space. If I just check it right now, as you can see, there is no breaking out here. So that's how you should work. And in fact, out here also, to our iron node, I need to pass a class of iron margin start because it is going towards the left side a bit more. I don't want that. Dash it. Now it is looking pretty nice, isn't it? Let's work around the other stuff. And in fact, I think zeros, comma. So let me remove the commas. Well, you can play around with that if you want. Let's move ahead. with the other stuff that we need to work with. So I'll have another column after this. So size will again be 6. And within this, well, we will have an iron button. Iron button. Let me pass the color to be white, light color, which we already have. We don't need to create any new color. So let's use that up. And the size of it will be, let's give it smaller. So small size of iron button will be better. Now within the iron button, what do we have? We will pass a text. So I'll pass a text within the iron text actually. So within the iron text, color I'll give it as primary, and the text will be top up. Alright, this is coming up. And in fact, I need an icon also, so I'll have an iron icon out here because that will look pretty nice. Name will be add, and color will be primary, slot will be end, so it appears on the right side of the button or the end part. Fine, now I need to move this towards the end, and for that, to my iron column, I'll pass class of iron text end. Alright, let's check it out. Fine, this is coming up. And what do I need extra out here? So I don't think anything extra is needed. We need to work around with the designing of it. So what am I going to do with the designing? Let's check it out. So let's go to our homepage as CSS, and out here, well, after this particular iron chip, let me just check it out. Yes, out here, I'll work with the iron button because it is also available within our iron column. I'll give it a height of, let's say 3 em, and let's make it important because I want to increase the height of it, not the width. And then let's transform it towards the bottom a bit. For that, I'll have it out here, transform, translate in Y direction. Let's say by 10%, I think will be better. Okay, transform spelling is wrong. Now it is fine. Think so. Alright, it has come towards the bottom, I think. Still not looking that impressive. Well, let me reduce the text size. So iron text, I'll give a font size of 0.7 rem, I think will be better. See, is there any change or not? I'm not getting it. I don't see even a single bit of change, I think, out here. Why is it so? Okay, I'm passing everything within the iron label. It's not good at all. So I need to move it outside of iron label. That is why it was not working. Now I think it should work. Alright, now you can see if I give the height, it is coming a bit bigger. Then transform, it is already transformed in the Y direction by 10%, which is looking pretty awesome. The text size is looking great. Now in fact, I'll give font weight to be bold. Along with that, for the button, I'll simply remove text transform to be none. Now you can see it is showing up nicely, and I'm happy with that, I think. Alright, along with that, I have also passed the text shadow to be of color medium, which is great. And in fact, we should pass the same thing to our, I think out here in the chip iron label. I think that's going to look pretty awesome. And as you can see, I think it is looking nice. Right? I'm happy with that. Alright, so this is done. Now, in fact, if you want to work with the iron icon, well, you can work with that also. If you want to font size, let's see, 1 rem will be better, or check it out. I think 1 rem is looking good. And if I give font weight, let's see whether that gets applied or not to out here. Not pretty much sure. Let's check it out in this particular manner. So I'll just select this one up, and within the button text, this is the icon. Now, if I just remove this, I don't see any impact is there. I don't think so. So if we remove it also, it's fine. Pretty okay. Alright. So I think this is good. You can work around with that. Now this is ready. Now what is the next thing that we need to work with? Well, we need to work with all the features that we can have out here. Let's do that up. So let's go to our home page again, and out here after the iron row, well, I'll have another iron row in which I'm going to pass the title, say like all features. So let me have an iron column out here, and within this iron column, I'll have an iron label. The color will be light color, and out here I'll make it bold in this B tag, and we'll pass out here all features, or even if you want to skip, you can do that. Alright, this is coming up, but I need to work around with this. So for doing that up, let me pass some classes out here. So I passed the class out here, iron margin horizontal and iron margin top. So we have some spacing out here and on the horizontal side also. Alright. Now, what else do I need? I need to make it a bit bigger. So for that, what I'm going to do, well, out here within the B tag, or should I call it, try it out, whether we can do it or not. I'm not pretty much sure because I don't want to play around with a whole lot of stuff out here. So out here within the iron label, we have a B tag where I want the font size 1.2 rem, see whether that gets applied or not. Alright, it is applied. We can work around with that. Now, what is the next thing that we are going to use? We are going to have, it's pretty tricky and not tricky, but it's going to be pretty interesting. And for that, I'm going to use another iron row out here. So iron row, and within this iron row, well, at first I'm going to have this particular class. So I'll copy it up and paste it out here also. I don't need the margin top because it's already available. Enough margin is there. Let's work around with this stuff. So what I'm going to have an iron column out here. But the features that I'm going to have, well, let me use an NG4 because the features in the icons will be different. So just wait for a minute and you will come to know everything. So let me just do it quickly. Now in the TypeScript, I'm going to have a property called features, which will be of type any array, where I'm going to pass few objects. You will see just right now. So this is the array which I want to use. So out here I've simply done what? Well, I have simply used 4 features: top up, withdraw, send, and pay. As this is a wallet or financial related application, so we definitely need all these features only out there, right? And out here I'm just passing the icons which I've already shown you up. So all the icons are being passed, and out here in the page you can pass the router link where you want to redirect if you click on it. All right, that's what you can do out here. So I've kept it as empty right now because we won't be working with that part. So I just want to show you the design. All right, so this is ready. And why I'm doing that? So because I don't want to write column again and again to make the boxes. So I'm just looping it up just to speed up our work and also to reduce the code that we write in our, all right, which is actually a better practice if you're not having a lot of features or design work differently in each and every box. So out here the design is same, that is why I'm using that up. So I'll use an NG4 out here now. Let item of features. Now within this iron column, we will work with the iron card. So I'll have an iron card out here. Now within this card, what am I going to do? I'm going to work with the iron card header, where I'm going to use a div to align everything into the center and then have a thumbnail out. So iron thumbnail will be used for the images, for the image, and within that the tag src will be dynamic, so I have to pass it in as an input decorator type, input attribute type. Right now in here it's gonna be item (src). To be on the safe side, I'm passing question mark. Keep that also, still it is fine. Alright, as you can see, something is coming up, isn't it? Other things are not coming up. Why? Okay, I need to change this folder name which I forgot. So icon, now it is fine, and we should see all the icons. Alright, all the icons are showing up. That's great. Let's go back out here, and what am I going to do out here right now? I'm going to work with the iron card content also. Content. Now out here I need to pass the name of it, and we'll pass that within the iron label. Whatever the name that is passed out there, I'll pass it out here. Item name, and we'll make it a dark color one. Check it out. Alright, this is coming up but not centered up, and for centering it up, let me pass a class to my iron card, iron text center. Alright, now you can say it is centered up, isn't it? But we need to play around with the design a bit more so that it looks pretty awesome. That we need. So for that, let's go to our SCSS and work on that. Alright, so after the iron button, I'm going to work with the iron card, where I'm going to pass few CSS properties. So I'll put it out here. Let me just explain you all. So out here I've given a border shadow, alright, then a border radius of 10 pixels and a margin of 10 pixel on the top and bottom, and on the left and right 0. And this is showing up in not an appropriate way because I think I have to pass out here the iron column size. I think I have not given it yes, so I have to pass size to be 6, and it's going to work. Well, now it is showing up, right? Let's go back to our SCSS again, and out here what we are going to do, we're going to work with the iron thumbnail. Well, you can pass it within the iron card header also if you want, but we can pass directly also. I'll pass a width to be 10 VH and also a height of 10 VH. Then I'll also pass a border radius to that of 20 pixels and a background of this particular color. Alright, check it out. This is coming up, but I think the icons are not matching, but let's wait for a second. Check it out. So now we'll work with the image within that because that is big and not very good. So to the image, I'll pass an height of 5 VH and transform it towards the Y direction. Alright, because if I don't do that up, if I just stop it, let's see what happens. As you can see, it is going towards the top, which I don't want, and that is why I'm just passing it out here, particular transformation. Alright, so as you can see out here, I've changed the icons a bit because that icons were a little darker and the background which we have used is greenish one which was not matching, so I just changed it up and now I think it is little better. Alright, so you can play around with all those stuff. I'll leave that to you, and you can even have some dynamic background also. Alright, so let me just show you up. If I cut this and instead of out here, what I'll do, let's go to our TypeScript, and out here I will have called background. Alright, we can pass out here value. Alright, let's check it out. The HTML, what am I going to do? Out here to the, where was it? Where did I apply it? In the iron thumbnail, I'll pass out here style dot background. The value will be item dot background, right? As I have not applied in all of it, so I think I'll get it one that's coming up actually. And what am I going to do now is basically we can have different, a little confused today in transition. Sometimes it happens. So I'll simply copy it up, paste it all over the place, and we can have different background for all of it. Alright, since I'm doing that, so I've changed the withdraw icon again. Now don't worry, you will get the final output the same. Alright, now what am I going to do? Out here we can change it to different colors, and we will take the colors from our variable.scss. So I've applied the green color, then tertiary color you can apply in some place. Copy this RGB color and let me pass on the first one. I think this is the one, so I'll pass it out here. Let's see what happens. Alright, it is changed and I think it is looking nice. Similarly, for the yellow one, I'll pass the yellow color, which is the warning color that I have it out here. Copy it up. For the send one, the one have this. Alright, this is also changed, looking pretty nice. Then what else can we do? For the other one, we can have color as first one out there in the fourth. Second one, what color can be good? Let's try this one for the second one. Well, you can play around with this stuff. I'm just trying few combinations, might work fine, might not. The fourth one, let me color. Alright, not that bad actually. Or you can even use the dark color also somewhere, I think. Let's try it one. Little bit of time to do this stuff, but want things to look pretty good. That is why I'm doing so. Alright, the dark one is not looking that great. Last option, what I can try, this color might look fine. Body color, which I haven't. So let me pause this color. Alright, I think it is changed and it's looking better than earlier, most probably. Alright, you can change the other colors also if you want to work with that. Even this tertiary color, even you can have this particular other color, which is the tertiary one. Alright, I think that's nice. Yes, I think this is looking much better according to me. And now what else can we do? Now let's go to our SCSS again of the home page, and out here of the iron card, we need to work around with other stuff. So after the iron thumbnail, I'm going to work with the iron card content, where I have the iron label, in which I'm going to pass few CSS properties, which are this one. Very simple: text shadows, letter spacing, and font weight. That's it. Alright, now it is looking pretty attractive and visible also. I think that is fine with all this stuff. Even if you want, you can card size. Also, you want for that, I think you have to icon size or the thumbnail size actually. Let me give it how much? 8VH will be better instead of the 10 one, and let's make it 4. Alright, now I think it is pretty much okay. Even you can increase size of this font size of this particular text if you want. But I'll keep it in the same manner. I think it's fine. So this design is properly done. Now the only thing that is left is the list. So let's quickly build it up. So I'll have an iron list after this iron grid probably, or should we work within the iron grid? Let's do that. Within the iron grid, I'm going to have an iron list. You can work around with all this stuff. Now iron list header, where I'll have an iron label. Alright, so out here recent, we need to pass the recent transactions we can have out here. So I'll pass recent transactions where I think this one, let's make it background to be transparent in our iron list. So we need to come out of this particular iron row. Yes, out here list where background will be transparent. Alright, now it is fine, and let's work with the iron item within that. So within the iron item, what all things can we have? Well, we'll have an iron label where we can pass from where we have done that. So let me just pass, let's say flat icon, on the flat icon transaction you might have done. So you can pass that up out here. Up now the next thing, well I can have the timing also. So let's say PM, but we cannot pass it in this particular manner. We have to pass it within a P tag. So I'll pass it in this particular manner, and then alright, this is showing up. Now on the right side, we want to show what is the price. So outside of iron label, I'm going to work with the and text slot will be end. And for the pricing, well, let me copy it from here. Not this price actually, but we'll have some smaller price, let's say 1200, and the color of it will be success. You can have the danger color also if the amount is not credited or debit. It's gonna be debit. Yeah, we have to give the danger one. You can make this one also dynamic. I won't do the dynamic one right now. Well, I'll leave that to you. I'll just show you one or two items right now. All right, let's make it bold also. Now, the last thing that I might have is icon, or you can have an image on the right side. So Ion avatar, you can use for that, where you can pass, let's say, an Ion icon will be better. Let me write the cache, and the color will be success. Give out share the slot to be start. Let's check it out. Or instead of the avatar is not settled up properly. So what if I give out share slot to the start? Hide this one, because avatar is basically for images. So I think this is done. We are good to go. You can play around with this stuff also. The icon you can change, or you can use Ion avatar for an image. I think that will be better if you have that images. You can have that up as you like. All right. And I just want one more thing to do out here in SCSS. Well, within the Ion list, I want to work with the Ion item, and I'll pass a width to be, let's say, 95% will be better, and margin auto I'll give out here. See how it looks like. Alright, I think I'm very happy with that. Last thing, border radius, 10 pixels will be better, I think. Or I think 5 pixels will be better, not 10 is looking a bit more. That is perfect. According to me, even we can increase the, or not increase actually, I think, let me just check it out here. For the Ion label, let me pass size to large. Check it out. I think this is fine. Right? Well, I'm happy with that. You can play around with all this stuff as you like. Now, if you want to make it dynamic, let me show you. I don't think, I told you I won't be showing, but I feel like I should show you. So let me have a transactions area out here quickly. Alright, hardly take me 2 minutes to do that up. So within this particular transactions, I will have ID 1, then to whom you have given, you can pass that up, or from whom. So what should I write out here is, let's say, vendor, or any give out the name out. Let's say flat icons, I'll pass it out here. Alright, then image you can pass out here. I'll keep it as empty for the time. Then you can pass the amount. If it is negative, then you will be able to detect, or instead of doing that, so I'll pass -1, and I'll have one more transaction out here. Let's say this one, I think font flat icons will be nice. The earlier one, let me give it as C, receipt from PhonePe. Name I'm giving, and just have different name also. And out here I'll 1500. So this is done. Now we need to just implement it out here in our Ion item. So I'll Ion item lines will be none out here, and I'll look quickly and for let item of transaction. Fine. Image you can give. I'll not work with the image right now. I'll pass out here item dot vendor, whatever name you want to give. Even the time also you should give it from there itself. And in here the amount, well, let me just pass the amount out here. What have I done? What have I given out there? And for the color, well, if item dot amount greater than 0, then I'll simply give success. Otherwise, it's gonna be danger one. And this should be a question mark actually. Alright, this is looking nice. And what else can I do? I think I need to pass this time also dynamically. So out here time, item the time, keep it as time only. And in here, let me quickly pass the time, PM, stringify format. And the other one, well, out here, let me, any timing you can give. That's completely up to you. This dynamic data is working. The only thing that is left to work with is the styling a bit. I think out here, Ion item, margin bottom, which will be better. Yes, nice. And the last thing I need to work p tag within the Ion item, because the size of the p tag is a bit more. So I just want to font size to be how much? Let's say 0.6 rem, pretty small, because that is hardly, now it is fine. I think yes, fine. Even I think 6.65 will be better instead of that. And for the Ion label, I think it is not bold, so we can bold here font. Or instead of doing it out here, let me directly pass the tag out there. That's gonna be fine. Tag, and let's pass this vendor within that. I think everything is done. Nothing else is left, I suppose. The only thing we can do out here is class equals to Ion text. Alright, how much time it took to build this up, but still it is looking great right now, isn't it? So now it is perfectly all right. Now lastly, I think I should give some text shadow out there also. Shadow, well, I'm never satisfied with the designs that even I'm, sometimes it happens, actually a lot of time it has. So copy this text shadow and have it out here. Where was it? To the iron text I need to give text. All right, well, it is more not looking that great, so I think I should skip it. Not looking that nice, and instead of that, what I'll do, I'll make it a little more bold. Font weight, let's 600, or let's give 800, I think, and let's move it outside of this B tag. See the changes. All right, check it out. All right, it is getting impacted and I think it is looking pretty nice. So we have successfully implemented the design. I hope you like this video. And the last thing, well, one more thing, I think I should do it in order to match the design a bit more. So out here, the icon color, instead of the success one, I'll give it the primary one. That's it. Alright, now I think I'm very much happy with this design. Alright, so finally we have achieved what we were looking for. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button to subscribe to the channel if you are new out here and help the channel grow. And regarding the Uber Eats series, well, I'm going to come up pretty soon with a new video on that. Don't worry, I'm working on that, as I'm not getting that much of time, but still I'm working on that, so you will get it pretty soon. And if you have any other things to do, let me know in the comment section. Whoever has commented, definitely I'll make a video on that. So with that being said, let's wrap up this video out here and see you guys another time.